Hola mi gente, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sean. This is We Are Investing, a channel that's dedicated in investing and personal finance. Today, I'm going to bring you guys a great video, jam-packed with information. By the end of this video, you're going to know how to use Thinkorswim on your mobile device. Whether it's an Android or an iPhone, you're going to know the basics and a little bit of the tips and tricks when it comes to Thinkorswim on your mobile device. Now, if you're new to this channel and you like investing content, you like content regarding the stock market and the cryptocurrency market, then please consider doing us a favor and hitting that subscribe button, ringing that bell, and smashing that like button to help with the YouTube algorithm, to help with the channel growth. And also, when you ring that bell, you will be notified when I upload more videos. In addition, to try to drive engagement and so I understand where you guys are coming from, please consider commenting down below on which brokerage you use. I'm curious to see which software or which brokerage you guys are using to buy and sell stocks. Now, today's video is going to be regarding stocks only. I'm going to make another video regarding options on the mobile device, but it's jam-packed with information. The video is not going to be short, so take some notes, come back to the video at a later date, but there's a lot to discuss here. And with all that being said, let's dive into it. Hola mi gente, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to show you how to use Thinkorswim on your mobile device. For today's video, I'm using my Google Pixel 6. So any Android phone is pretty much going to be the same. And if you have an iPhone, it's going to be very similar. Now, obviously the first thing that you need to do is you need to download Thinkorswim by TD Ameritrade on your App Store. Once you have it downloaded, this is what it's going to look like. If you click the three arrows on the top and you click on account overview, that is where we're at right now. And the first thing that you see are your watch lists. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is how to create a watch list. So if you click on the word watch list, this is going to pop up and you can see that I have the high IV watch list. Well, if I click on high IV watch list, I can select a different watch list or create a new one. Now, any watch list that has that little green icon to the left of it, those are scanners. Those are scanners that you create on your desktop. I have links to the scanners that I'm showing you here on my Patreon and also on my private Discord. Links to the Patreon are provided down below if you want these scanners. The watch lists that are scanners will update. So it's going to change every single day based on your criteria. It'll change every single minute based on your criteria. But there are watch lists that you can create that are just static. They're not going to change. It's just the stocks that you want to see. So to create a new watch list, you're just going to hit create new watch list and then name it whatever you want. So I'm going to name this watch list dollar bills, y'all. And then once I have it named, I can hit OK or next, and I have my watch list created. Now it's just typing in tickers or companies. So if I want to add Uber to the list, I type in Uber, I hit add. If I want to add Ford, I can either type in Ford or I can just type in F and hit Ford. If I want to add Ally Financial, I just type in Ally, I hit add. If I want to add in the NASDAQ, I type in NDX and I hit add. If I want to add whatever stock, if I wanted to add Tesla, you just type it in and you hit add. Now I have a watch list that is static on companies that I like. You can create this list however you want. And then once you have your list created, you're just gonna hit that green check mark and now you have a dollar bills y'all watch list. Now how your watch list is organized, that is also dependent on you, what you like to see. If you hit the little wheel gear next to the word symbol, you can customize what columns are shown and in what order. And then you can filter through your watch list. You can sort your watch list based on a column. To remove things that you don't need, for instance, if I don't want to see the size, the bid times ask, I'll just hit that little green eye and it will remove it. If I wanted to add another column, you scroll all the way down. And then once you get there, you're going to type in what you want or you can search for it. If I wanted to see implied volatility, I just type in IMP, I scroll down, hit implied volatility, and now it's up on my list. To sort the way things look, you just click and you drag, and then that's the order that they're going to show up on your watch list. So I can put implied volatility right under volume, hit OK, and now here in my list you can see that I have implied volatility shown, and I can sort through implied volatility just by clicking it on and off. So if I click on it now, the low is shown at 0.3. If I click on it again, the high implied volatility is Uber at 0.79, and that's because Uber is having earnings coming around, so it has a high implied volatility. But that in a nutshell is how you create watch lists, and watch lists are super helpful in getting the stocks quickly, seeing what's going on in the market quickly, so that you don't spend time searching through a ton of stocks. But let's say you don't want to search through a watch list, you just want to take a look at a stock. Well, if you hit the magnifying glass that's on the top right, you can search for whatever stock you want. Let's say we wanted to take a look at Facebook or Meta. That's what they call themselves now, Meta Platforms, but it still trades under ticker symbol FB. You type in FB, and now you're taking a look at the charts and some of the quotes. Now, just like your watch list, all of the information that's displayed above here, market cap, volume, sizzle index, open, high, low, if you scroll all the way over to the right, you're going to see it say customize. Just like your watch list, you can add certain things in here as well, and you can sort through them. If I wanted to show implied volatility in my quote detail, I can do it. If I wanted to show IV percentile, I can do it. If I wanted to show some fundamentals, I can do it. You can add whatever you want up top here, or whatever is available in that search when you go to customize. If you click on the little down arrow to the left there by the quote for the price, it will remove that so you can take a look more at the charts, because we have the chart tab selected. Now I have some studies here. I have a moving average, I have the RSI, and I have the MACD. I'm going to show you how to remove studies and add studies. Now, to get to your studies, all you're going to do is you're going to click in your chart, and then you're going to see that little icon pop up on the left. You're going to hit the little science beaker, and now you can see what studies I have. So now I'm going to show you how to delete studies just to add them back in. So what we got to do is we got to click all 3 studies, and I got to wait for my screen to upload. Now that it's uploaded, I can hit delete, I can hit OK, the check mark. And now, when you take a look at my chart, you can see that I don't have any of those studies, but I want them, so let's bring them back in. We click on the chart, we hit that science beaker again, and now I can search for studies. I can just type it in. I can type in RSI, I can hit it. I can type in MACD, I can hit it. And then I can type in moving average. I don't want a simple, I want exponential, so I'm going to type in EXP. So moving average exponential. Now I want the 200-day moving average, and that's not what comes in automatically. So then I have to hit the settings for moving average exponential. I hit that. I'm going to change it to 200. That means 200 days. And then I can add how it looks. So I'm going to have the average exponential moving average come in this pink purplish color. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to hit the green check mark. And now you can see that I have the RSI, the MACD, and the moving average shown up on my chart. This is a 200-day moving average, so I want to take a look at a chart that has each candle as 1 day. So to change the time frame, you just hit that 5-day, 5-minute, or whatever it says for you, and then you look for the 1 year, 1 day. This is going to show me a better picture of the 200-day moving average for Facebook. So now that my screen is zoomed out and you can see the 1 year, 1 day, now you know how to add studies. You can add whatever you want, and then once you add it, you just hit the preferences for that study and you can change how it looks. On my phone, I don't want to be cluttered with too much information. Now, if you wanted to add another time frame, you can just hit your time frames, and then down here you can hit time frame, and let's say I wanted to see a 5-year weekly. I can go to 5 years, and I can change this to weekly by clicking on it and hitting 1 week, and add that to my favorites. And now if I go to my favorites, under the 3-year weekly, I have a 5-year weekly. And this will be saved so I can look at this for whatever stock. If I want to show a maximum available, I'll go to time frame, I'll hit this, I'll go to max available, I'll hit 1 week, and I'll add that to my favorites. And now I also have a maximum available. So as long as this stock has been publicly traded, I'll have charts for it, and each candle will be for 1 week's time. Now, since we're still on the charts, there's one other thing that I want to show you, and that's setting alerts. Essentially, Thinkorswim will text you when a stock hits a certain price or whatever criteria you set. To set an alert, there's a little bell up here in the top right. You're going to click on that bell, and now you have your alert editor. So let's say Facebook right now isn't something that I'm looking to buy. But if the stock gets to $200 a share, I might be interested in buying. But I don't want to just leave an order out there that's good to cancel and wait for that. I want to reevaluate the situation when it hits $200. So my price target right here for this alert is $200. I'm going to wait for the computer to catch up because it's lagging like crazy. I guess my coder is not high enough. And then I'm going to select that my trigger is if Facebook is less than or equal to $200 and the alert is the last price. Then I'm going to hit create alert, and now you can see that alert was created. And here on the alerts tab, you can see all of the active alerts that I have. If you want to get to this quickly, you hit the top 3 buttons here, and then you're just going to select alerts. And here you'll be able to see which ones are active, which ones were triggered, and which ones were canceled. I need to go through my alerts and remove some because I have just way too many. Some of them just never triggered and I never got into them, and I just keep on adding more and more alerts. Now let's go back to a stock, and I'm going to show you how to start trading. I'm only going to talk about stocks. I'm not going to be talking about options. We'll save that for another video. So let's find a stock. Let's search for a stock. Let's search for Ford. Let's say we wanted to buy Ford stock right now. The stock has come down a little bit. It's no longer trading above $20, and maybe right now is a good time to add to Ford. So how can I buy stock on the Thinkorswim mobile device? Well, whenever you go to whatever stock you're looking at, there's always going to be that trade button down below. So what you can do is you can hit trade, and in here I'm going to explain everything. The side, you can either be on the buy side or the sell side. If I wanted to sell stock, I could hit the sell side and adjust my quantity. But we're going to assume that I want to buy stock. Your quantity, you can hit the plus or minus, or you can type in whatever quantity you want. Maybe I wanted to buy 100 shares of Ford. So I adjust my quantity accordingly. Now for buying, 2 types of orders is a limit order and a market order. We're going to go back to limit. This is essentially saying you're not going to buy a stock until it's under a certain price. So let's say, but I don't like it at this, and I think it could drop some. So I can buy it at $17.75. That's the maximum I'm willing to for a share right now. So I changed my limit order to $17.75. Your exchange is always going to be best. Your TIF is either going to be day, which means at the end of the day, which ends at 4 p.m., starts at 9:30 p.m. to 4 p.m., that is market hours. Or you can do good to cancel, which means every day this order will reactivate, and if you get $17.75 in market hours, this order will get triggered. Or you can do extended, which means the stock will get triggered or the order will get triggered extended hours. Or you can do good to cancel and extended, meaning that whenever Ford gets below $17.75, Thinkorswim will look to activate this order. Or you can do AM, which is just AM extended hours, PM, which is just PM extended hours, and then we're back at day. The instruction you're going to have set to none. Your position effect is to open because you don't have any stock yet. And then you can review your order, and then this screen is going to pop up, and once everything looks good here, you're going to hit send. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to scroll back up to the top here, and I'm going to explain some of the sell side orders as well. So instead of buying 100 shares, we could sell 100 shares. The same thing applies with the limit order. But for selling, we're looking to sell for at least $17.75. If its stock is higher above, if the stock price is above that, the order will get filled. We can also have a stop. This is a stop loss. So essentially, the stop loss means that if the stock was to drop below $17.75, we would look to get this order filled. The next one on the list is stop limit, which is a little bit different from stop. When you have a stop order, once that price is hit, you're going to sell a share. With the stop limit, you can clarify that you're willing to sell, but you will not sell below a certain price once that stop limit is triggered. So essentially what we have here is we have a stop limit that is going to look to get triggered if Ford drops below $17.75. It's going to look to get that order filled. But then our limit, if we drop that down to $17.50, we're looking to get an order filled between $17.50 and $17.75. If Ford was to gap down from $17.75 to $17.49, well then we're out of our range, and Thinkorswim will not sell a share until Ford at least gets above $17.50. The next one on the list is a trailing stop loss, and you can have this set up for an amount, an increment, or a percentage. Essentially, if I change it to percentage and I have -5 right now, if Ford was to drop 5% from the high, I would look to sell 100 shares. That's how a trailing stop loss works. So that pretty much wraps it up on how to adjust your charts, how to buy and sell a stock on the mobile device, but there are some other things that I want to talk about. So we're at the home screen right now, the account overview. We hit those top 3 bars to the left. I'm going to explain some of the stuff that's here. Watch list, that's obvious. That's where all your watch lists are. Your positions will show you all of the stocks that you have a position in. In there, you can quickly buy or sell a stock, but I'm not going to get into my positions because I don't want to reveal my entire portfolio. Your orders, if you click on that, you'll see which orders you have working, which ones you have filled, which ones you have canceled. You'll be able to adjust your orders there as well. Once you have an order in, if you want to cancel it, you can go to here, you can click the order, you can hit cancel. You have your order editor, that's another way to do it. You have your balances, that will show you how much money you have in your account. You have your alerts, that's going to show you all of your alerts. You have your transfers button, that will allow you to add or withdraw money from your brokerage account. You have chat rooms, Trader TV, you can take a look at CNBC US, CNBC Europe, CNBC Asia, and TD Ameritrade's channel as well. You have messages, which will show you if a stock, well, I'll just click on it. If an alert was triggered, you get your message there. You'll be able to see what's going on as well. And then you have calendar, which can be quite interesting. In calendar, you can take a look at what stocks are going to have conference calls, dividends, earnings, and economic data that's going to come out in the upcoming months. But you can also sort this through your watch list or your personal stocks. So if I hit account positions, this calendar is going to show me when I have things coming up with stocks that I own. For instance, you can see 2 dots coming up on the 9th. If you click on the 9th, you can see that we have a conference call for Disney and a conference call for Uber, because both of those stocks are reporting earnings. That's good to know because I'm a shareholder in both. If I remove account positions, I can also look at watch list as well. So if I click personal and I go to high IV watch list, and then I go back to the calendar, and I can remove dividends, I can remove economic data, we can see that there are many stocks in this watch list that have earnings coming up. And that makes a lot of sense because it's a high IV watch list. So I'm looking at stocks that have high implied volatility. Stocks have higher implied volatility heading into earnings. We can also filter through economic data. So on the 10th, we can see that we have a huge economic data point being presented, and that's CPI. If I click on CPI, it will give us a definition, and there's more information here as well. But you can also add it to your system calendar, and I'm going to hit allow, and then I can add it to my calendar, and I will get notified. I don't really want to get notified. I know I will be paying attention at that time. I don't need more things cluttering up my phone. Now, thank you so much for sticking around. You are the real ones. I appreciate your time 100%. If you haven't commented already, please comment on which brokerage you're using. If you haven't subbed already, well, you stuck around to the end of this video. I appreciate it enough. You don't have to subscribe. But if you like this kind of content, you want to learn more about the stock market, and you want to support this channel, then please consider subscribing. In addition, this channel does have a Patreon. A link is provided down below. It's $5 a month. It will give you access to a private Discord server of over 500 investors where you can see which stocks I'm buying and selling, which stocks members are buying and selling, and also give you access to those scanners we mentioned in the video, give you access to valuation spreadsheets. Basically anything that I am doing regarding the stock market, you will get access through the Patreon. Now, with all that being said, that wraps it up. I thank you so much for your time. It's been real, it's been fun, it's been real fun, and this is We Are Investing, and together we are invincible. See ya.